going into the tournament, I was a little worried about having enough pitching depth, and it turned out I didn't really need it because every one of our starters threw a complete game. Um, and obviously going into that final two games there, we started off the semis with a no hitter, one walk, so only one base runner. And then originally it was a perfect game when we thought the game was over with a mercy rule, but it turned out there was no supposed to be no mercy rule for the championship. So we resumed play, and he ended up walking a batter in the top or bottom of the seventh, whichever one it was, and he gave up that base runner, so forfeited the perfect game, but still ended up with the no hitter. So all in all, in both semis and the championship, we only let on two base runners all day. And that was just by the way of the walk, and one in each game. So it's pretty cool to see, pretty special, and a great way to cap off the weekend. Ryan's a stud. He just finished up his freshman year at Assumption D2 as a two-way player. He didn't get the hit as much this year, really much at all. They kind of had him focus on as being a pitcher this year, but he's a good one, man. He always is putting the ball in play, hitting hard line drives everywhere. So yeah, he's a great player, and he was obviously a great addition to the team. Offensively, yeah, we outscored our opponents 37-3, like you said, and honestly, we didn't hit very well. Like I know that sounds kind of crazy, and not to say that we didn't hit well in the terms of we hit a lot of balls hard and we put them in play, but we honestly didn't end up with as many hits as what the kind of action looked like on the field. I mean, we were hitting line drives all over the place, right at people. On day one of the tournament, for the seeding purposes, our first two games down in Lawrence, we were smoking balls right at the left and right fielders, and they didn't even have to move. It was like just right at them. If those balls are a little to the left or to the right or a little bit higher, I mean, you're talking about a bunch more hits and a bunch more runs. So we finally got going with the bats on Sunday, and they started to fall in a lot more, and obviously we ended up cleaning up pretty well, scoring. I think we scored close to like 25, 26 runs, if not more, on Sunday alone in the semis and in the finals, 13 of them in the finals. So um, you know, we definitely put on a good show, but it could have been even greater if some of those line drives fall in rather than hitting right at people. So that was the scary part is, we outscored people 37-3, but could have been a lot worse, honestly, if some of those hits fell in for us. The plan is definitely to be back representing Team USA Red again, if that's how how they kind of do things again. So there's no doubt in my mind I'll be back managing the team and putting together a team, and hopefully it will be a pretty similar team with maybe a few additions. But yeah, and obviously looking forward to more competition. Uh, you know, the competition was great, and even though the results, if you look at our scores and our outcomes, maybe you would be like, oh, they had no competition. And you could see it both ways. For sure, the competition could have been better, I guess, but at the same time it was great competition. So it's kind of like a toss up there where we were facing a lot of good talent, but I just think we had that much more superior talent where it didn't look like we were facing good competition. So yeah, just open to looking to see, more diversity in the tournament. I know maybe a Team Mexico is interested in coming from what I hear, and um, I'm sure there'll be other countries and stuff like that that want to get involved too. That maybe either didn't get in on it early enough this year to be able to do it, or maybe Omar had to put a hard amount of deadline on amount of teams to be in it this year just because of it being a first year tourney and the logistics of everything, which can be difficult. But yeah, looking forward to next year, looking forward to the competition, looking to, more diversity in the tournament and stuff like that, and getting after it on the field, and looking to kind of, repeat as World Baseball Classic champions in 2024.